eastbound traffic. This is Santa Monica Boulevard, and we've got that one black and white behind and just the air unit overhead. But for the most part, this is just an extremely high-speed pursuit on the surface streets of Hollywood. And you can also see the conditions that we're dealing with here. We've got a
Justin, let me interrupt just for a second. Let's just go ahead, Billy. Pot down Justin's microphone for a second. Justin doesn't know this. We've just received this information here at the station. This is as bad as we've seen someone driving on surface streets in ages. What this guy is wanted for, apparently, is assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer. So this driver knows the seriousness of his alleged crimes, and obviously the police are aware of it as well. We just haven't seen anyone driving like this dangerously on surface streets in ages. Let's get back up to Justin. He's overhead in the sky too. Go ahead, Justin.
Paul, thank you so much for that information. And you can see it wanted for that assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer, and really is using this vehicle as a deadly weapon. Pedestrians and other police officers here during this pursuit as well. There are going to be a number of different wants for this vehicle as well as they continue in this pursuit. You mentioned that we haven't seen this type of dangerous driving in a pursuit in a long time. There seems to be no concern for the passersby or any of the other vehicles on the street. It does appear that the vehicle is going in circles, but you can see, look at all this traffic, and they're now turning eastbound on Santa Monica Boulevard. There is that one black and white that's keeping close a watch on pursuit, and then also that air unit overhead. LAPD Air 11 is overhead following this pursuit, but you did see there for a moment that vehicle was in the opposite lanes. There was an LAPD in the opposite lanes. As it was coming up to the vehicle, to the suspect vehicle, turned off its lights. Look at how fast this vehicle is going, swerving through traffic. That's a controlled intersection, just ignoring the lights altogether, and now you've got another dangerous situation as it comes up to here. This is cross traffic here, now turning to the south away from Santa Monica Boulevard, and again, just made it through that intersection, but a lot of dangerous traffic here, and this vehicle just swerving through lanes. It's amazing that this vehicle hasn't had any collisions as of yet. That could happen at any time here. Look, just screamed through. That was a red light. Just ignored it altogether, and now going around a vehicle on the wrong side of traffic here.
And
again,
Justin,
southbound from Santa Monica Boulevard, continuing on this high-speed pursuit in the streets of Hollywood. Now here's another intersection going directly through that, and there you see that red light as well. Continuing going this way. We're going to keep an eye on this. Let's go back to you, Paul, as we follow this pursuit through the streets of Hollywood.
The only thing I wanted to ask you, we just haven't seen anybody do this on surface streets, as we pointed out earlier, in quite some time. Can you give us an indication as to what kind of speeds he's hitting?
I'm sorry, Paul, you said, could we give you an indication which?
What kind of speeds he's hitting? How fast is he going?
With the speeds, we're following the LAPD helicopter unit around, and really, as he hits those straightaways, it does appear that he's accelerating upwards of about 50, 55 miles per hour. Now, that sounds like a pretty normal speed to a lot of LA drivers, but when you're on these tiny surface streets, and see, this is two-lane traffic here, uncontrolled. There's nothing in the middle of the intersection. The 55 miles an hour on these streets is extremely dangerous and could come out of control at any time. We've also seen, there's some sparks now coming up from the bottom of the vehicle. Looks like it's bottoming out as it hits some of these bumps as it goes through the Hollywood area, continuing to spark. I'm not sure if LAPD might have used a spike strip in that area to try and take out those tires from this vehicle. But again, we mentioned those speeds upwards of about 50, 55 miles per hour, but it hits these straightaways, and this driver is extremely unpredictable as he swerves back and forth through traffic. Again, we've talked about he's wanted for assault with a deadly weapon on a police officer with this vehicle. A very dangerous situation. LAPD still trying to track down this driver. He turns eastbound again on Santa Monica. All that traffic just holding still, trying to let the LAPD get in and get this guy without further incident. Paul?
Well, you know, it's really for this guy and for us, we're lucky that it's a holiday and there's just not that much traffic out there. Nonetheless, he's still putting drivers' lives in jeopardy, and pedestrians. As we saw, he came very close to that one pedestrian in that crosswalk. It's an extremely dangerous situation. Look at that.
Okay.
Go ahead, Justin.
Okay, Paul, he's going back to the 101 here, and you know, you mentioned it being a holiday here, not as much traffic as usual. The streets of Hollywood during this time of night usually littered with people blocking up all lanes of traffic, and you see there's there still is a good amount of traffic that he's making his way through here. But you mentioned that a little bit less drivers on. There may not have been rain in this area recently, but the roads are still slick and wet from all the rain we had earlier today, and that could be a concern for the LAPD as they try to pull this guy over. We saw some sparking up from the bottom of the vehicle. That could have been a spike strip. That could have been LAPD trying to pull this guy over that way, but that vehicle also might be bottoming out as he's hitting those high speeds through these surface streets and these areas in Hollywood. We're now southbound as he continues through there and now under the 101. We saw him just moments ago go over the 101. Now he's under the 101, and now he's pulling over. He's on the sidewalk. Look, knocking down a sign here as he continues to get around traffic there, sneaking through the sidewalk, and their LAPD still with this guy, but extremely dangerous conditions here. He jumped up on the sidewalk. We were lucky that there were no pedestrians there at the time. Now he's swerving through the median. You saw that vehicle on the opposite side of traffic swerve to get out of the way of this car, but this is an extremely dangerous pursuit. We haven't seen anything like this on side streets in quite some time. Again, the assault with a deadly weapon, and this driver definitely using the vehicle as a deadly weapon right now. Luckily, you just saw there that vehicle pulled over along the side, but any of this, all these cross traffic, all these vehicles crossing, and anyone using these surface streets right now in Hollywood is in danger of this driver as he continues to elude police in the Hollywood area.
And they just went through Melrose. Now, they've gone on Melrose a few times, but he's been just going in big circles here as he's been going around the area down south of Hollywood here, now coming down into the Wilshire mid cities area.
And Tim, we know that this guy. Yeah, Tim, we know that this guy, too, was seen driving up. Whoa, right there. He just clipped it. Looked like another vehicle going through that intersection. He's been driving up on the sidewalk at times, and now it looks like he's going in the opposite lanes of traffic there. It looks like he's blowing at least 80 miles per hour through these side streets, and he's going into an area where there are a lot of pedestrians. Oh, and there's a collision right there.
Big hit, pushing that car, going up now. This is a very dangerous part of the pursuit. They got this guy, his arm. They know he's already pointed a gun at an officer already. Officers with their handguns drawn. His hand is out the windows you see right there. We're hoping that person in the other car is okay, but they are directly in the line of fire. If something should happen here, hopefully
well, it looks like he's putting his arm out.
Driver door open.
It looks like he may surrender at this point. Up. And Tim, you said there was only one person?
He may not. He may take off down the street. He's not complying. Just one person in the car. Okay, now he's complying, laying down on the ground. But now the officers have to clear out that vehicle before they go up.